to me about it is what you just said. I didn't know that. I haven't studied the Mormons yet. Mm-hmm. They're very tribal. And tribalism works.
Yep. Unfortunately.
That's what does that do for individualism?
So this is where actually the alt-right gets it wrong too. Like, oh, individualism is stupid. Individualism is incredibly important politically because you can't have a government that disregards the individual for the group. Right. Politically, you have to uphold the individual rights over everything. Now, in terms of society and your community,
right?
No, tribalism is totally fine.
All good people are asleep and dreaming.
Well, there's a really great relationship theory called Imago about that, the first 2 years is the first 2 to 3 years is the romantic falling in love. You're on heroin stage. Then after that, you have 3 to 4 years of the power struggle stage. If you can make it through the power struggle.
Which can be very sexy.
Oh.
Yeah. I won't get into that.
Okay, no.
I think that could be really hot. Like
that's so funny.
My mom says combativeness is the foreplay of couples.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like, okay, Mom. Let's end that conversation there.
No, because I come from such a, damaged childhood. For me, any fight is like, all right, well, we're getting divorced then.
Oh,
so it took me years to get over that. Like every time my husband and I, when we were engaged, we got in a fight once and, my husband called his mom to talk about it, and I called my mom to talk about it. And my mom was like, yeah, we both come from divorced households. So this is the kind of advice you get from divorced parents. So
I'm the opposite.
Okay, yeah. So my divorced mom goes, oh yeah, relationships, they end. That's what happens in relationships. Maybe.
Goddamn boomers. The advice. Jesus.
My husband calls his mom, and she's like, yep, sounds like this relationship has run its course. And we're like engaged. And like, these are our mothers. So after this fight, we realize if our goal is to stay married, we can't call our parents.
No. Because
they've got no advice on how to stay married.
You have to be smart enough to realize that, right? Instead of falling
Which we were, thank goodness. And so we found this, right?
Yeah.
So we found this relationship theory called Imago. And Imago gave us the story that we needed, which was the fight that you're going to have during the power struggles phase. If you refuse that fight, not only will you not grow, if you can't figure out, because the fight that the way you're going to struggle with your significant other during that 3 to 4 year period has everything to do with your childhood and nothing to do with your partner. It has everything to do with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, whoever, everything about your childhood. And you guys are going to either work it out and make it through to all the good parts of marriage, or you're going to not work it out and break up and go your separate ways. Now, if you don't work it out, you are going to go fall in love with someone else and have that same power struggle.
It'll just be a cycle
again. Yeah. And you'll keep doing it until you can figure out how to work it out, how to have a good, healthy relationship. So me and my husband during our power struggle phase, we were like, well, there's no real point in getting divorced because we're just going to do this again with someone else. So we might as well
And this is what people don't realize.
Yeah. Figure it out. And after you do, it's like gold. It's like the best thing you ever did.
People give up before the good part starts. And people say, oh, marriage isn't worth it. Relationships aren't worth it. I'm like, well, some investments aren't worth it. And other investments, you come out on top. Yeah. It's an investment of time, money, effort.
Of everything.
Brain power.
It's your lifetime.
Body.
Yeah.
So that's, driving a car, you could crash. Or you could get somewhere really amazing. It's pretty false logic to dismiss the entire thing.
Like when we got married, we were making a bet. You're making a bet on the other person. And you're either going to rise together or fall together. Like, I don't think that one person can rise in the relationship and have it work out. You have to do it together. It's almost never one person's fault. Marriages don't fail because one person turned out to be a problem.
Of course not.
You both have to work on your story and you both have to fight for it. It doesn't. And I have met the people where one person really wants to fight for it and the other person doesn't.
That happens, yeah.
And at that point, you picked a dud. It's like, let's say the mating thing isn't working out for you. Why can't you be the dedicated uncle? Why can't your niece and nephew be almost like your own kid? To me, the wonderful parts about raising a child, I get it that you want it to be your own genes. I get it you want your own kingdom with your own wife and your own progeny. But if you're just not, if you kind of want to spend a lot of time still playing video games and you don't want to work so hard to provide for the wife and the children, would it be so terrible? Because the families, moms and dads, they need help.
Yeah.
You can still have a family. There's no reason to limit the definition of family. And it's so funny because I'm not liberal, but
no, but it's actually very traditional. If you the farther back you go, I mean, traditionalism is a funny term because which traditionalism? 1800s, 1600s,
right?
1600s
in the north or 1600s in the south.
It really depends. But at the end of the day, we lived in small communities where everyone helped out.
You need the not breeders in your tribe, and they're extremely beneficial and valuable.